In the beginning, it was dark, and then there was light. And just as it is with birth, it began with a scream. What the heck happened? One minute I'm following those red and blue bots back on Earth, and now I'm on Cybertron? What is going on?
Oh no! No! It can't be you! Look! I'm sorry I didn't see you. Just let me go and I'll...
Well, what do you know? Old Op said there was a strange energy buildup down here. Didn't think I'd find anything like you, though. You ought to be more careful, old mech. That Triggercon Megatron sent to Snoop, it had you cold. One of Optimus's favorites. Jumped by the trash. Ha! Sweet paint job, by the way. But hey, ain't you dead?
Paint job? You're one to talk. And did you say dead? I just saw you a few hours ago.
Jumper, you are seriously defective. I last saw you 3 stellar cycles ago, on the way to the Dark Mount Massacre. You split, and never came back. We figured you'd gotten axed.
Your circuit shorted, kid? There was this portal, and some crazy lights. I must have been out a long time, cause now I'm back on Cybertron, and you're talking crazy. And what's with your face?
You like? Added a cycle back. Makes me look distinguished, you know? Me, distinguished. It's a laugh, right? Anyways, all this, it's no big. Don't matter. Our glorious lead is gonna be defragging lighted to see a big noise like you again. Let's cruise, topside. Ops is gonna meet us at the door. I'm impressed, actually. He's interrupting his downtime to meet you in the metal. And you know how much he enjoys his hobbies. Here he is, Optimus. Just like I told you. One sharpshooter, alive and kicking.
Cliffjumper? By the Imperium, it is you. I thought we had lost you. Come, walk with me, my old comrade. This is an event worthy of celebration. Beautiful, aren't they? I thought these wrecks would make a nice way to decorate the hallway. They keep morale up, showing that even the strongest of the Decepticons cannot stand up to the might of the Autobot Imperium. Ha ha ha!
What in the...
Here we are. The Smelting Pool!
Rumble, you've been found guilty of crimes against the Autobot Imperium, including vandalism, assassination, theft, espionage, sabotage, sedition, and disturbing the peace. How do you plead? Blow it out of your exhaust pipes! Ooh, I'm sorry. The correct answer would have been on my knees. Very well. You are...
What the slag is going on here?
What do you mean? Of course, I had forgotten how much you enjoyed executing the prisoners. Huh. Remember that time we put the anti-gravity unit on that Decepticon's feet and tossed him into the pit, but stopped him in midair and kept inching him closer and closer to the bottom until the heat destroyed the anti-gravity fill-in screaming? Oh, how I loved that sound. Please, old friend, I want you to have the honor of this execution in celebration of your return to us. The Autobot who saved me during the Taurus Heights battles deserves no less.
No. This isn't right. I can't.
I am not sure what you are saying. Granted, Rumble here is not pleading for his life, but either way, it is still enjoyable to watch.
Enjoyable? He may be a stinking Decepticreep, but as a prisoner of war, he has rights under Autobot law. You know I despise the cons more than most, but we can't just destroy him like this for entertainment. It goes against everything we stand for. What you stand for. I can't believe I'm the one telling you this. This isn't justice, Prime. It's murder. This isn't how we do things. And I'm saying you need to stop this.
Oh, so unwise. I only let you live because you were once one of my closest aides. But what to do with you now, I wonder? You seem to have forgotten what being an Autobot means. What do you think? Shall he join you all in oblivion? What? Dispose of him? Hope he gets his wits back? So be it. Dump him in the rat zone. Let us see if the empties who live there finish him off. If he makes it back to us in one piece, then perhaps he will again be worthy of the Autobot symbol he wears.
Looks like we picked a good day to scrounge for supplies. Look what we have here. It's him, all right. One of Prime's favorites, Cliffjumper. I just radioed Megatron. He says he wants him brought in alive. Let's get him stabilized so we can move him then. I'm going to put him into stasis lock. There.
Ah! Out of the way, cons! No Decepticon death camp can hold me! See you around, losers! Ugh.
Are you alright?
I'm guessing no.
That voice. Sideswipe? Why do you look like that? What are you doing with these Decepticon scum?
Whoa there now. We were just trying to help. I brought Sideswipe here since he is one of your former comrades.
What do you mean by former?
I think his time in the rat zone may have damaged his memory circuits. We should have Shockwave take a look at him.
Could be. Let me talk to him. Alone, please.
Very well, Sideswipe. I have planning to do before Optimus Prime attempts his arc launch. Hook! Scrapper! Let us leave our friends for now.
So...
You're not him. You look just like him, except for the colors. It's like seeing a ghost.
Look, Sideswiper, whoever you are. I'm tired of being shocked, confused, and generally angry here. Tell me what you are talking about, or so help me, I will beat it out of you.
You even talk like him. You see, everyone thinks you are Cliffjumper, Optimus Prime's crack-shot sniper, possibly his most trusted friend and ally. Except, you aren't. The thing is, I saw the real Cliffjumper die right in front of me during an ambush. I felt his ember fade out and disappear into whatever the Transformer's afterlife is. Prime doesn't know this since I never got to tell him. So that means you are something else entirely. We've already ruled out your being a clone, or a surgically altered double. Hook and Scrapper found that your frame was rife with energy and radiation readings while they were repairing you. These lines represent a new type of energy matrix. It appears to be a mixture of temporal and tachyon particles combined, except the polarities are all backwards. We've never seen anything like it before. That, and your ember is charged with positrons, not electrons like ours.
Embers? Tachyon particles? This is all real fascinating, but what does it mean to me?
Newsflash, CJ. You are a long way from home. You want answers, so I'll try to sum up everything you need to know now. It appears you're from a universe fundamentally different in both time and space than our own. Our Cybertron was once a world at peace, a jewel on the crown that is the universe. Our progenitors lived in pursuit of knowledge and harmony. A librarian named Optronics was one of the most obsessive researchers in the great Cybertronian archives. Not satisfied with his station in the hierarchy, through time, he schemed and backstabbed others to reach one of the highest echelons of Cybertronian society. He began to preach intolerance for Cybertron's then current state affairs. His new code was one of adjustment through conflict. Many who had grown bored with Cybertron's peaceful culture adopted his philosophy. Philosophy soon turned into action, and his followers declared themselves autonomous from the rest of Cybertron's population, calling themselves Autobots. They enhanced their bodies and created weapons to prepare for their campaign of terror. Optronics reserved the most powerful weaponry and enhancements for himself. He was the first to undergo the modifications he designed, and thus changed his name to Optimus Prime. One day, without warning, Optimus's army is attacked. Each attack was preceded with an offer to join him. Those who refused were quickly destroyed.
Strike, my Autobots! Strike with all the power at your disposal! Let those who see our wisdom join us, and those who choose to stagnate be cut out like the rotting cancer they are.
And as his thirst for power and control grew, so did his thirst for knowledge. One day, his cold calculations stopped, and he became vicious and erratic. Rumor has it that he discovered something so terrible that it destroyed his very sanity. To this day, no one, not even his closest lieutenants, know what that was. Now, despite all of his ruthlessness, there were those who opposed Optimus Prime, and in that time, they formed a loose resistance, using weapon designs stolen from Optimus. A war against the Autobots was fought, though without leadership, the resistance had no hope of winning. Then, from the fires of the great city Polyhex, came a champion who united the scattered resistance fighters into a cohesive army. Megatron. Megatron had firepower matched only by Optimus Prime's. Through his leadership, the Decepticons managed to retake several key strongholds. Through his own research, Megatron discovered a way to alter Cybertronian bodies so they could convert into other forms. Now able to disguise themselves as vehicles and everyday objects, the Resistance fighters took on the name Decepticons. They used their newfound capabilities to deadly effect in combat. Optimus Prime is a genius, however, and it did not take long for him to replicate the transformation technology and bestow it upon his forces. Without that advantage, the Decepticon cause has begun to falter. Optimus had a huge head start, and eliminated a lot of Cybertronians before the Decepticons were even formed. We've managed to achieve a few victories since that time, but not enough to overthrow Optimus, without a major victory happening soon.
So, you're telling me that Megatron's a good guy and Optimus Prime is loonier than Straxus? Last week I'd have told you had a cracked cylinder, but I've seen some crazy things lately. Dimension hopping, time travel, alternate realities. What I wouldn't give for a simple war with good guys and bad guys.
Straxus is insane where you come from? Pity. I always liked his poetry. But CJ, if you want a simple battle between good and evil, you have one right here. The players are just in different places than you expect.
Oh, really? Shouldn't you be flying this evil Prime's flag? You even have an Autobot brand on your chest. What's with the scar and everything? You some kind of spy in this universe, Sideswipe?
You are right. I was once one of Optimus Prime's elite. In time, however, I saw that his philosophy was warped, and his concern was more for himself than anyone else under his command. This scar is a result of an ambush, where I was left for dead by my comrades. I wear it now as a badge of honor. I am a survivor, and one day, Optimus will learn what a mistake he made by crossing me. But that is a story for another time.
Ponderous, slaggin' ponderous. I ain't about to call myself a Decepticon, and I'm gonna keep on your fender like ugly on a Terracon until I can determine if this is all true or just more exhaust. But I'm not making any decision right now, and I'll be slagged if I go back to the asylum that passes for Iacon around here.
Good enough.
Computer, activate hard-like battle program Zeta. Report, Blurr.
The Ark is at optimum efficiency. All stress tests on the bulkheads have met or exceeded expectations. The extra plasma blasters you requested have been installed. 20 Autobots are currently on board. 10 more Autobots will transfer to the ship today.
Increase that by twofold. I want those troops to familiarize themselves with the ship in person.
I am concerned about the structural integrity of the launching platform. The extra weaponry has increased the Ark's weight significantly. If the platform is destroyed...
I am well aware of your concerns. I calculated those variances myself when I ordered those weapons put on board. It only needs to last for the initial launch. After that, it will be dismantled.
What of the rumors that Megatron and his Decepticons are preparing an offensive against us?
Let them come. If they are foolish enough to attack, we will crush them.
You know, sir, the old one would have never approved of this plan.
Ah, yes. My former advisor. You speak as if he is still relevant. Besides, his approval only came when it suited his own purpose. It matters not, though, as he, along with his ambitions, are now another world's problem. Our focus is on our mission. Our ultimate victory is at hand, Goldbug. We cannot afford any mistakes. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. I would hate to see you share the fate of these drones after working so hard to move up the Autobot ranks.
Reflector's latest intelligence reports indicate the Autobots have added additional gun ports to the ship. Plus 20 more troops have just boarded the vessel. It is now more dangerous than ever.
Blast! We can't attack this ship as we originally planned. They have too many troops on board, and too many weapons they could bring online against us. Welcome to the war room, Cliffjumper. Sideswipe has explained your rather unique origin to us. I know you still don't trust us, and I understand that completely. In your position, I would feel the same. Unfortunately, attempting to convince you will have to wait. We have a catastrophe on our hands.
Great. What catastrophe?
Optimus Prime has built a ship he calls the Ark. He intends to conquer other worlds and plunder their energy sources to fuel Cybertron and his own ambitions. He must be stopped, but his ship is heavily guarded and bristling with weaponry. I fear the odds are not in our favor.
By Primus! He can't be allowed to do that!
Who is this Primus you speak of?
What? You don't know? Hello? Primus? Ancient being of light who created all Transformers? We were his last line of defense against a world goblin monster called Unicron. We kinda got off task on that and probably spent more time blowing each other up than he anticipated. Shows that even gods can be flawed, huh?
Well, that is certainly a fascinating tale. It is somewhat comforting to think that there may be a benevolent force beyond our creation. Perhaps we can discuss it more sometime, but for now, we have the difficult task ahead of us, getting past the platform guards and destroying the Ark.
Blast me for a fool, mighty Megatron. That's it! The launching platform!
Of course! You're a genius, Starscream. Instead of the Ark, we attack the platform. The resulting destruction will incapacitate many of the Autobots guarding the ship and ruin Prime's efforts to leave this planet. Every last victory counts, but this one will serve as an inspiration to those Cybertronians who have not yet joined our cause.
Then might I suggest, great leader, that we strike here. These large cylinders are energon storage tanks. If we can destroy those tanks, it will cause a destructive chain reaction, leading to the Ark itself. It will not destroy the ship, but it will collapse the launching platform and render the vessel inoperative for decacycles. Optimus Prime won't know what hit him.
Surely Optimus knows this, and has those tanks heavily armored and guarded as well. He'd be a fool otherwise.
Optimus Prime is a fool. But you are right. They will be guarded. It won't do him any good, however. If I know my Autobot weapons, and I do, our Cliffjumper uses a glass gas to make metal as brittle as glass on contact. Assuming our guest has the same armament, with his assistance, I can duplicate the formula, and we can use bombs to drop it on the tanks from above. Once the gas spreads, our conventional weaponry will make short work of them. Cliffjumper?
Fine.
Then it is decided. We plan the logistics of our assault and attack at sundown. Sector 7. Clear.
Guard 4 down. Rampage. Status report. That's the last of them. Tell Starscream to begin phase 2.
Roger that, Razorclaw. We are beginning our attack run. Okay, Whisper and Divebomb, let them go. The guidance computers in the bombs will automatically target their tanks.
Get moving! I ain't getting bombed by no plane! Yahoo!
Decepticons! Attack! You cannot win, Megatron! Your plan has failed! Those explosions have damaged the platform, but it still stands! It isn't over yet, Prime. How sad that you believe that. Grimlock, destroy! Roar! Seekers, transform and roll out!
15 points for tapes, 25 points for the rest. Loser buys the fuel. Game on.
Your tyranny ends here, Prime. Cybertronians will once again know the freedom which is their right. Never! The only rights they shall have are the ones I give them!
Bonus round.
The universe will be mine! Not as long as fuel pumps through my systems, Prime. Off Grimlock, stupid puny Decepticons!
Just fall. Not so fast, beast. We Predacons don't allow our prey to escape.
Every time I turn around, one of my pals is shooting at me, and some Decepticon has my back. I'm likely to punch one of my own guys in the face out of habit. How can I fight everything and everyone I've ever known?
Traitor! I gave you power beyond anything you ever had before. And this is how you repay me? Die, you worthless! No!
What? Why did you do that? I'm not one of your warriors.
All life is sacred, even that of a stranger or an enemy. You are needed here. You represent the possibility that there is something better out there. Now leave me. Get to safety. This is our fight, and that platform must come down.
You're right, Megatron, and it will. I may not have begun this, but I'm gonna finish it!
No! Mission accomplished! Decepticons, retreat! You think this is over, Megatron? You have only just sealed your own fate! I will hunt you all down, one by one, and destroy each of your warriors until only you alone remain. Then, I will rip you apart with my bare hands and crush your ember in my fist! Gah! Stick it in neutral, Optimus. The day belongs to the Decepticons.
You really think you should have honked him off more?
My friend, this is only the beginning. A new age has begun, and we would be honored if you would join us in our cause. The fight is far from over.
Primus help me. I never thought I'd say this. But yeah, Megatron, you can count on me.
Do you know what your problem is? You always thought you knew best, didn't you, dear brother? Well, the time for your mad reign of terror has come and gone. I truly must thank you for locking me in this prison. It gave me so much time to plan. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but when this works, and it will, the implications will be cosmic. No! Loyal to the end, eh, Ironhide? Such pitiful nonsense. Of course, there are fates worse than a quick death.
The portal is ready, Magnus. I have not tested the Stella Spanner as a stationary device, so I don't know how long it will stay open. We must go now!
Excellent work, Wheeljack. I fear I must take my leave of you now, dear brother. Just remember, I was always Father's favorite. I can hardly wait until you find out why. Magnus! Remote vocal access, Optimus Prime. Activate Paradron Distress Beacon. You may currently be out of my reach, but I know of a Decepticon who will stop at nothing to bring you back.